The best players were usually powerful athletes, tall strikers, explosive wingers, dominant midfielders who could physically control games. Football believed that size, speed, and strength were necessary if you wanted to truly dominate at the highest level. Small players could still be exciting. They could dribble, they could entertain the fans, but they weren't usually viewed as players you could build an entire era around, especially not from the center of the pitch. The middle of the pitch was considered the most dangerous area in football. There was less space, more defenders, more tackles, and generally less time to think. Coaches taught players to move the ball quickly before pressure arrived. The tighter the space became, the harder football was supposed to get. Football believed that efficiency decreased when congestion increased. Messi would eventually prove the exact opposite, because somehow the less space Messi had, the more dangerous he became. And that idea completely broke football's understanding of the game. What makes this even more interesting is that Messi never looked like the type of player football usually trusted. As a kid, scouts constantly worried about his body. He was small, physically fragile, and dealing with growth hormone issues. There were real concerns about whether he could even survive the physical demands of elite football. A lot of people saw him as a talented luxury player, someone technical, someone creative, but not someone who could completely control the sport itself. Football had already built its understanding of greatness around physical supremacy, and Messi was the complete opposite of that model. I mean, as a kid, if he turned sideways, he would disappear. That's how skinny he was. But this is where the Galileo comparisons start becoming really important, because Galileo also walked into a world that already believed it understood how reality worked. For nearly 2,000 years, everyone from scientists to philosophers trusted the same assumptions about physics, motion, and the universe itself. The accepted model already felt complete. It felt stable, proven. Then Galileo arrived and started producing results that the model couldn't explain, which is exactly what happened to Messi. Small players were not supposed to dominate the most crowded areas of the pitch. They weren't supposed to control entire games against elite defenders. The model already had rules for what should and shouldn't be possible. Messi kept violating those rules anyway. And just like Galileo, the problem wasn't that Messi was slightly different, because back then they still had dribblers. They still had good players. The problem was that Messi's existence hinted that football's accepted understanding of the sport might have hidden flaws that nobody fully recognized yet. And over time, people slowly realized that they might have discovered something football's framework couldn't fully explain. They were looking at a player that wasn't supposed to exist.